Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. Today I'm looking at a family, mothers and fathers, or alleged fathers in the case of Marcus Anderson. That's the next reading. For now we're looking at Dorìa, the mother, and I am using the Pulp Tarot for the readings today. It's a little bit trashy, not suggesting that either of those characters is trashy, but it just has a bit of a vibe, and it might be a helpful vibe for the readings that I'm going to do, energy readings, of course. First story is about Dorìa, who has done a disappearing act again. She did a 10-year disappearing act from Meghan's life when Meghan was a young girl. Formative stage of Meghan's life. Dorìa mysteriously disappeared. She's now walked out again. We've heard this from Radar Online, an article that a lot of people think Dorìa herself might have been the source for or of, that Dorìa's basically moved out of Mudslide Mansion in Montecito because she's sick of Meghan's constant moaning and drama. The article tells us that Dorìa moved in permanently at the start of 2024 to help Harry and Meghan through a tricky patch and stabilize things, which she did, according to this article, and they both got very dependent on her, and she sorted out all their problems and everything was great. But now she's had enough. She's had enough of the drama, she's had enough of the moaning, and she's gone back to her home in LA. Despite Meghan begging her to stay, according to Radar Online, and now both Harry and Meghan are bereft without her and have no idea how they're going to cope. My concern in the story is not for Harry and Meghan, is for poor Archie and Lily. Dorìa was the only constant in their lives. My suspicion is that Harry and Meghan are erratic parents at best. If Dorìa was their mainstay, Dorìa was the person that they really bonded with, then I really feel sorry for the kids. We're going to have a look at the story. We're going to have a look at the vibe at Mudslide Mansion, why Dorìa left. A lot of people are speculating it wasn't the moaning and the drama, it was the lack of money that made Dorìa decide to hit the high road and head for home. Basically, why hang around if there's no money? She famously taught Meghan, you don't give the milk away for free, which is why people are speculating that if money's tight at Mudslide Mansion, Dorìa's not going to stick around. That's the rumor. I'm making a big mess of these cards. We're going to see what's what. We're going to ask about her relationship with Harry and Meghan and the children, and how all of those people are doing in their own individual ways without Dorìa, and who, as I say, is portrayed in this article as the only sort of sensible person, the only person who's holding it all together and keeping them all afloat, basically, but now gone. Interesting. So that's where we're heading today, what we're looking at today. Of course, tarot for fun and entertainment, or speculation, or my opinion. I just read energy here, and disclaimer in the box below. Let's see what's going on. Mudslide Mansion, why did she really go, and what's her relationship like with Harry, and how's he doing without her, with Meghan, how's she doing without mum around, and the poor kids, how are they doing without Granny around? I did a reading on her a while back when she was being portrayed as a fantastic grandmother, and I got actually positive energy for her, that she was a positive influence in the children's life. Look, someone has to be. My opinion, ooh, drama queen has shown up. That's Meghan herself, the Queen of Wands, the fire sign woman. Dorìa is a Virgo, not the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is all about the drama when she's in reverse, just spectacularly over the top dramatic. Tantrums, throwing things, storming about, up and down and round, there she is. This is really all about the drama. And if Dorìa is a Virgo, it likes to be quiet, likes to stay private, likes to be quite reserved, it's difficult energy to be around. Very difficult energy to be around. So, maybe this Radar Online article is actually true. let me fall over and then scrape myself off the floor. Situation we're dealing with today, we're dealing with the Wheel of Fortune. Catching. That also backs up the notion that Dorìa was there for the good times and is not going to stick around for the bad. The Wheel of Fortune, it's all about timing, and it's about luck and taking a chance and seeing how that chance is going to work out, the Wheel of Fortune. And when you're up, you're up, and when you're down, you're down. And I don't think that she is going to stick around for the hard times. She did show up for an alleged hard time at the start of 2024. I can't imagine what that was. The Pentacles were doing quite well at that stage. I think the royal family was doing a lot worse at the start of 2024 than the Pentacles, the not royal family. But anyway, there it is. Only there for the good times. That's my energy reading and my personal opinion. And of course, this is just tarot. So let's have a look at the vibe at Mudslide Mansion. Recently, snoring, sorry. We've got the snoring girl. Conflict. Fighting. It is in reverse, the Five of Swords. But that for me is all about extra fighting in this context. I'm getting just relentless arguments, shouting. It's fighting for the sake of fighting, as I often say, and fighting because you can't relate in any other way. Also, with that Five of Swords in reverse, somebody might just be all worn out from the fighting and can't anymore, even though the fighting is going on and someone else is trying to provoke. And so the Queen of Wands can be fighting. And there has been, there he is in his uniform, and I'm sure he's got a room somewhere where he does dress up in his uniforms and his medals and march about. I'm quite certain of it. The has-been has given up with the fighting, maybe. Dorìa doesn't like being around that energy. Conflict is not her thing. She does give that kind of hippie vibe, peace, love, all that sort of stuff, allegedly, shall we say. So let's ask the question, why did she leave? We've got both answers on the table already, the drama queen answer and the ka-ching answer. What's universe want to tell us? Knight of Wands in reverse can be fighting. It's when the Knight of Wands is upright, it's a very happy card. It's Harry energy. I think it's not Meghan. Interesting. It's not Meghan's energy. Meghan's already here, the Queen of Wands. This is Harry's energy, and he showed up on this card, that bedraggled looking knight. Harry energy. I think Dorìa just couldn't stick Harry any longer. His moaning, possibly. She'd had enough. Absolutely had enough. The Knight of Wands upright, very happy-go-lucky, very jolly, quite charming, fun, party guy. In reverse, difficult, temper tantrums, erratic, blows hot and cold, in and out. Where is he? What's he doing? She doesn't like that energy. She doesn't want to be around that energy. I think it's both of them, but I honestly think his energy is worse. She's finding him more of a bore, more tedious, more of a downer with the Knight of Wands energy in reverse. Just like, hey, we used to hang out and party and it was fun, and and now it's like, if I have to hear one more Mummy Diana's story, I'm going to kill myself. Did I say that out loud on YouTube? Okay, let's get to it. Let's get to Harry. What's her relationship like with Harry? Allegedly, tarot reading, blah, blah, energy, all that stuff. Five of Pentacles. She's had enough. Well, so much. The Five of Pentacles is exile, abandonment, rejection, isolation, illness, poverty. So I think she's on the outs with Harry. I don't think they've fallen out as such. They might have fallen out, but I think it's more, she's just like, I would rather be, as this character is, sort of on the street than with you. Because you are so negative and so toxic. It's really coming through very heavily. I don't think she could send an article to Radar Online. If she did, as some people speculate, we're hypothesizing, and say, you know, Prince Harry, such an awful whatever. Easier to make her own daughter the villain in the story. And of course, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So I'm sure Meghan is being incredibly difficult at the moment. But this is really negative, the Five of Pentacles. So how's Harry handling no longer having Dorìa around, who's become a mother figure? We know how he likes his surrogate mothers and fathers, and she's been a mother figure to him. How's he bearing up without her? King of Swords in reverse. It's not good energy. The King of Swords is about clarity and insight and shrewdness and people who can guide you well. If you should be your own King of Swords, your own eyes, your own insights and all of that. But it's in reverse. I think he might be falling prey to people who are less adept at guiding him, and that makes me sound like I think Dorìa was a great guide for him and an influence on him, and a positive influence. I think she did tell him stuff, and we heard that along the way, that, you know, she certainly would suggest things and he would comply. Dorìa, whether for his own good or not, we don't know, but it tells me that he's lost some sort of guiding light in his life without her. He's all adrift. Who does he trust? Who does he believe? Who does he listen to? King of Swords in reverse. And the lawyer situation might be a bit unhappy at the moment after the failure of the appeal, the security appeal. If Dorìa was the one who was guiding Harry and advising Harry, then he really is struggling to replace that kind of energy. Swords is ideas, thoughts, communications. Virgo is very much in the ideas realm. It's ruled by Mercury. And so that's why I'm getting strongly that Dorìa was something of an advisor for Harry. Not something of, I think she really was a very dominant advisor for Harry, very powerful, influential person in his life. And now he's like, what do I do without her? Who do I ask? Opinions. That's how it's reading. Meghan. Relationship with Meghan. Dorìa's relationship with Meghan. Ooh, not good. The Empress is the mother. Though you wouldn't say so from this character, would you? In this particular tarot, the Pulpit Tarot, it's the mother, and it's the mother in reverse. Not good. It's the mother again who's not being a mother, who's not being supportive and nurturing and generous and there for her and helping her and building her up and carrying her along. It's a negative relationship. It's a letting down and disappointing energy there. That Dorìa is not. She's not a maternal role in Meghan's life. We saw that when we saw that awkward interaction when Meghan had made that ghastly pudding or whatever it was, I can't remember, and Dorìa sort of pulled a face when she tried it, and she couldn't give one positive bit of feedback to Meghan, and Meghan was hanging there waiting and the cameras were rolling and Dorìa was like, ugh. It was painful to watch. I'm not a fan of Meghan Markle, but it was really painful to watch a mother not able to give her daughter anything generous. The Empress is a generous energy. It's in reverse. So it's not a healthy relationship. It's not a positive relationship. How's Meghan handling being without Dorìa? Allegedly begged Dorìa not to go. Six of Wands in reverse. She's struggling. It's the ticket parade, it's success, it's the homecoming, the triumphal return energy. Look at me, I'm such a success. She's feeling like a failure. If Mother has gone, if Mother, Empress in reverse, has packed her bags and gone again, then Meghan feels like a reject, like a failure. And a lot of this display, and this is my armchair psychology, and I'm not diagnosing and I'm not pretending to be a professional mental health expert. A lot of this performance with As Ever and the Netflix show and all the rest of it might be to compensate, to impress her mother and make her mother stick around and make her mother say positive things to her and make her mother be impressed and finally love her. And that's awfully sad if it's true. I'm speculating, of course. I'm picking my way through this energy. It's tricky energy and I'm misspeaking. But anyway, it's very difficult energy. You can see these cards are difficult cards. And it's actually really quite sad. And if you notice, everything is in the reverse except the Five of Pentacles, which is Dorìa and Harry energy failing, and the Wheel of Fortune. Everything's negative, everything's failing, everything's toxic, except that lucky break energy, and I'm out of here. I don't want to be around your negative energy anymore. Has been. Children. Dorìa's relationship with them. We're going to assume that they are there. And we got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. It's a money card. It's working. Don't give the milk away for free. Oh dear. It just is very sad. I don't even want to say what's coming through for me, but I will say it. And it's, of course, my energy reading. It's telling me that she required to be paid to be granny. They have paid nannies. I think that if there was no money forthcoming, there was no need to stick around. I have to stress that this is my opinion and this is my energy reading and this is my speculation, and I am just reading tarot for fun and entertainment. But the Ace of Pentacles is a working card. Working hard for your money. Perfecting your craft. We heard way back when that Dorìa was sent off to class, to school, to learn how to be a grandmother. It's in reverse. How the kids bearing up without her constant presence. She does make sure to say, or whoever the source is makes sure to say, that she will be back, she will visit and all of that. So it's not like she's disappearing for 10 years, but she's not there every day. How are they managing without her? And I've got the Two of Swords and it's in reverse. That's difficult energy. That's a separation. Twos in reverse are separation. So this is, the sword has fallen. The hesitation, the stay or go, which way to turn kind of a card. She's gone. She's gone, and it's plunged them into difficulty, I would imagine, with that Two of Swords in reverse. That they might have sensed that there was this should I stay or should I go energy in the Two of Swords, because it's deliberation. The Two of Swords is all about thinking about which road to take. And she's chosen and she's exited. Two of Swords in reverse is often a cutting and severing kind of energy. Swords in reverse do tend to be that kind of energy. And so they're feeling, I think they're feeling very abandoned. That's my sense of the situation. Absolutely my sense of the situation. And battery's just gone out on the ring light, which is why the world suddenly went very dark when I said that. It was very theatrical, very dramatic. Sorry about that. But that is the reading, an awkward reading, an uncomfortable reading. And I have to stress again, just an energy reading, just my opinion and my speculation.